for joining. We're going to be moving through a flow class today, and our focus will be on Santosha. Santosha is one of the niyamas from the 8 limbs of yoga. And Santosha translates to contentment, happiness. And there's a few key things to practice or to use in order to create Santosha in our lives. Number one is the practice of gratitude. So taking time to be grateful for everything that we have, and to be really mindful that we're not just being grateful for the positive things, the things that we hope for and then get, but also cultivating gratitude for the things that challenge us. Even what we would quote unquote call negative emotions, such as being bored or angry, jealous. Any of those things can be used as tools to educate ourselves, to learn from it. And anytime we have growth and learning, there's a sense of accomplishment, of happiness. So, gratitude is number one. And number two is learning how to live in the present, being fully aware of what's happening right now. And this is to help train us from always either thinking about and living in the past, like, oh, this happened to me, blah, blah, blah. They said whatever. Or, thinking in the future, I'm going to be happy if this happens. Or when this happens, I'll feel like this. So if you're always either living in the past or the present or the future, you miss out on the present, and that is where Santosha lives, contentment. So we're going to practice that today with our yoga practice. Can we stay present in the moment and to practice gratitude while we're there, and see if that can be used as a practice or a tool for our daily life. Let's get started. You're going to want to have a comfortable seat, so whatever that means for you. Adjust and wiggle around until you can sit nice and tall. I'd like to start with our pranayama practice. We're going to begin with Kapalabhati, just a nice small short practice of Kapalabhati, our cleansing breath. And then we're going to move into Sukha Purvak, alternate nostril breathing without a count, without any retention, just nice, slow, smooth, quiet breaths. Let's begin. Now for Kapalabhati, you're sitting up nice and tall. You can have your hands in a mudra. Kapalabhati is our cleansing pranayama where you have little puffs of air out through the nose. The puffs of air out are forceful. The inhales are passive. And you'll have a pumping action in the belly. So it'll look like this. Okay. You do it with about a 1 second count. You want to be able to have the forceful exhale. There's the pumping of the belly. It comes in and up. And then the belly softens. You have a nice smooth inhale, and then you exhale again. We're going to do 3 rounds of 11. Out. When you're ready, nice tall seat. We'll take a full breath in, a full breath out, half a breath in, and then start for 11. Full breath in, full breath out, half a breath in, 11 exhales. Inhale, exhale. Last round, half an inhale to start. Inhale, exhale. Okay, moving into our Sukha Purvak with alternate nostril breathing. Left hand can be in a mudra, perhaps Yana mudra works for you. Thumb and index finger together, palm open on the knee. Right hand in Vishnu mudra. First 2 fingers down on the thumb pad, the other fingers are used for blocking the nostrils. The pattern is always going to be inhale left to start, exhale right, inhale right, exhale left. And that would be 1 round. There's no count. I'm just going to guide the first 2 rounds. Hopefully the timing works for you. And then you'll continue on your own for about a minute. And then we'll just come out of it. We'll meet with our hands on the thighs, eyes closed. Come to form your intention, and then we'll begin our movement practice. Hand coming up in front of the nose or the face. We'll block the right. Inhale left. At the top of your inhale, block the left. Exhale right. Slow and smooth. Inhale right, nice and quiet. Exhale left. Second round, inhale left. Block the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Block the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Continue it on your own. Make it nice and quiet, soft and slow. Relax the shoulders. Relax the legs. Quiet, soft breath. You're going to finish your round. You'll be finishing with an exhale through the left nostril and then releasing the hands down. Flutter the eyes open, and hopefully the breath technique was soft and soothing for you, so it hopefully gave you a little glimpse of the feeling of contentment or Santosha, being present in the moment, working on the breath, staying really relaxed and calm, not looking into the past or into the future. All right, let's get started with our asana practice. We're going to meet by coming to lie on our backs. And you may just want to have a block or two somewhere nearby in case you require them. We're going to meet knees to chest. And you're welcome to rock a little bit side to side. And we'll rock to center. You're going to hold your right knee at the chest. Extend the left leg out long and straight. Left leg stays active. You're pulling the toes back, pressing down to the left leg. Using the strength of your arms to pull your right knee into the chest. Hold here. And then moving into our hamstring stretch. Straighten the right leg, interlace the hands behind the right thigh. Flex the right foot, pulling the toes down, heel up. Start to increase the stretch by pulling your right leg towards you. We'll hold. start to bend your right knee, pulling the right knee back towards chest or armpit, but keep the right foot facing up towards the ceiling. You'll create a 90-degree angle, or as close to it as you can today. It may also look like your half-happy baby. Hands could either be on the calves, the foot, or behind the thighs. And you're trying to establish the sole of your foot facing straight up towards the ceiling, as if you could make an imprint of your foot on the ceiling. You may need to take your knee out a little bit wider and start to pull the knee down to the outside of the rib cage. Left leg stays straight, or you may feel like you've got a bit more space for your right leg if the left knee is bent. You just make that decision, and then you'd hold here. Bringing the right knee back in towards the chest, left hand to right knee, right arm opens out somewhere out to the side. You're going to draw the right knee across the body. It's going to go somewhere over to the left-hand side of your mat. It may just stay and hover. Perhaps you rotate all the way to the knees on the floor, or maybe there's a prop that you can come to rest on. Find the right degree of spinal twist, and then we'll hold here and come back to this idea of being present, of finding joy and happiness in the present moment. Right knee comes back towards the center. Switch your hands, right hand to right knee, left hand opens up, and then the right knee opens out to the right. Again, your left leg can either be long and straight, or you could practice with the left knee bent. Right knee back into center. Drawing the left leg back in, both knees are at your chest. And we'll switch sides. Right leg going out long and straight. Left knee pulling into either armpit or chest. Moving into the hamstring stretch. Left leg is straight. You're flexing both of your feet. Left heel is pressing up towards the ceiling. Then you're using the strength of your arms to pull the straight leg towards the chest. Coming into our half-happy baby or lunge on our back. Knee comes towards armpit, sole of your foot stays as if it's going to make an imprint on the ceiling. Your hands can go wherever you find the support. And we're looking to create a 90-degree angle with our left leg. We'll hold here. Going to soften the left knee. Right hand to left knee. Left hand opens up. And the knee comes across the body. Again, it's either going to hover or it'll come to the floor or perhaps to a prop. And you'll hold. Coming back to center, switch your hands. Right arm opens up, left hand supports the left knee over to the left. Option again to have the right knee bent if you need a little bit more support. We're going to draw the left knee back into chest, right knee again into chest. Wrap your arms, hug and squeeze. Then keeping your knees at your chest, slide your hands underneath your low back. You might need to rock a little bit side to side, and the palms will be down. And you'll feel like you've got a nice little lift underneath the pelvis. You may want to adjust your shoulder blades. We'll extend the legs up towards the ceiling. You can either have a pointed foot or a flexed foot. And you're going to slowly start to lower your legs down. And you're only going to go as far as you know that you can pull them back up. I want to be working through the core muscles. You may also feel this a little bit through the hip flexors. So you're going to lower and then lift back up. You can decide how far you go down. We're going to work through about 5 to 10 reps. Be mindful that you're not using too much momentum to lift and lower the legs. Go nice and slow. Slow on the way down, slow on the way up. You may want to coordinate breath and movement. Perhaps it's an inhale down, exhale up, or exhale down, inhale up. You may want to have a little longer pause at the bottom or a little longer pause at the top. Next time your legs are lifted, soften the knees, wrap your arms back around the shins. Now, if it's safe for you to do so, hands are going to go behind the thighs or behind the knees. And you're going to start to rock forward and back. Now, once you've rocked a few times, you're going to see if you can rock all the way up to land in your navasana or boat pose. You keep your hands behind the knees and the thighs, lift up to your sternum, roll the shoulders down and back, and then we'll simply hold the shape. If you want a little bit more, you could release the hands, reach them forward. A nice, soft, slow breaths. Adjust and modify at any time if you need to. Alright, we'll let the feet come back down towards the mat. Pull yourself up. Wrap your arms around your knees. Drop your forehead. And we'll rise back up. Nice tall spine. Arms are going to reach forward. Palms can face each other. Start to lean back, keeping your sternum strongly lifted. And then you can make the decision whether your feet stay down or if they lift. You can always go up and then lower back down if you get tired. We'll hold our shape again. Nice, soft, even breaths. Releasing the feet back down, pull yourself up, little hug and a squeeze. And then hands on the shins, we'll move through our spinal flow from seated. You're going to let your back round, you're going to lean back, the chin will tuck. And then you'll pull yourself up and forward, shoulders will go back, sternum will lift, gaze moves up. You're going to move in and out of these two postures, moving your spine in a flowing movement. Meeting back up tall and upright. You're going to release your hands back and swing your feet to the left-hand side of your mat. And you'll come to sit. So you're sitting mostly on your right hip. Legs are stacked on top of each other off to the side. You may need a little support on one side or the other. We're going to be turning away from our knees, bringing your right hand behind you, left hand perhaps to the thighs, and a gentle turn or rotation towards the back of your mat. Keep the spine lengthened. Have an easy, smooth breath as you hold your twist. We're going to release and come back to face forward. Fingertips on either side of your hips. Left arm's going to lift up, and you're going to side bend to your right. So inhale, rise up, and side bend to the other side. Rising back up to center, swing your feet to the other side. Adjust your prop if you're using one. Make sure you feel nice and stable. And we'll be twisting and turning again away from our knees, going to your left. Return back to face forward, fingertips on either side. Right hand lifts up, your side bending to the left. And releasing, side bending to your right. Rising up, we're going to shift our weight into a child's pose. So come to find about the middle of your mat, big toes to touch, knees can be a bit wider. Arms will stretch out long in front of you, forehead's coming onto something, whether it's the floor or a prop. Feel free to rock the hips a few times side to side, adjust the distance between the knees, and we'll settle. And we're going to try to establish a sensation of contentment in child's pose. So stay present in the moment, and the easiest way to do that is to be really present with the breath, soft, slow, smooth breaths, relaxing through the body. And if you catch your thoughts either moving to something that's already happened or something that will happen, know that you've lost the present and go back to noticing the breath, relaxing the physical body. Try to find the sensation of the Santosha, contentment. from your child's pose, we'll rise up into tabletop. And from tabletop, I'd like to step your right foot forward between the hands, creating a 90-degree angle, and then adjusting your back knee till you feel like you're in just the right orientation to feel good stretch. You feel stable, you can hold. You may want to rock a few times side to side or forward and back. You may want to bring props underneath your hands or perhaps rise up onto fingertips. And then at some point, if you could tuck your back toe and lift your back knee, rising up into our lunge pose. And again, you can make some small adjustments, move forward and back, side to side. Now we're going to do a couple twists, but you have the option at any time to lower the back knee. You can start there and stay there, or you can lift up and down, depending on how you're feeling. I'm going to keep my back knee lifted for now. All the weight's going to go to your left hand, and your right hand will come to your right knee or thigh. Turn and rotate your torso to face your bent right knee. You're in a rotation through the spine. Right hand is going to stay on your knee or your thigh to support the rotation, and you're going to hold. And at any time, if you need to, the back knee could gently come down to the floor. We're holding here. We're going to release the right hand, snug your right arm, right hand up, right up alongside the outside of the right shin, and then shift your weight to the right foot, the right hand. Nice, strong, stable support there. Left hand can now go to the left hip as you turn and open your body to the left. Left hand comes down, and you're going to step back to either plank and then table, or stepping back to table. We'll switch sides. Left foot comes forward. Adjust your back knee. Move around. Make sure the hands are fully supporting upper body. You want to have wrists under shoulders, even if they're on a prop. And then if you can manage to lift the back knee, you can alternate from lifted to lowered. We'll hold our lunge position. And we'll move into the twist, all the way to the right hand to left knee. Turn and open the body to the left and hold. Releasing the left hand back to your mat, snug it up alongside the outside, shift your weight, left foot, left hand. Right hand comes to the right hip, roll the shoulder back, open the chest towards the side of the mat. Hold here. Remember, you've got the option of the back knee being down, or you can continue to lift and hold. Nice, smooth, easy breath. Be completely present in all the sensations, all the thoughts. We're going to release the right hand. And again, you're either going to step back to plank and then table, or straight to table. We'll rest for a moment in child's pose. Big toes touching, knees can be wide or narrow. Shift the hips back and settle into Santosha. we'll meet back in tabletop, hands and knees. From here, tuck your toes and we'll rise up into downward facing dog. Lots of time to move around. You can rock the hips, bend the knees, alter the distance between your hands and your feet, perhaps wider, narrower, shorter, or longer. And from wherever you're at, we're going to meet at the top of the mat in our forward fold. You're either going to walk or step your way up there. Once you arrive, hands again could be on props or on your fingertips or palms. Just like in down dog, bend the knees, rock the hips. And we'll come back to our nice, strong, straight forward fold where you can soften the knees and swoop the arms all the way up. Big full body stretch. We're going to release the hands down. From the top of your mat, adjust your clothes, that's important. And then we're going to come to stand at the top. Swoop the arms up and sit down chair pose. You want to get lots of weight into the heels. Gaze is forward. And we're going to exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to extended lift. It's either onto your fingertips or hands to shins. And then we'll bend the knees, plant the hands. You're stepping back into your plank pose. Plank on the knees is always an option. Next, exhale, shoot your weight forward, lower to the belly. Untuck the toes. Roll the shoulders down and back. And then peel the body away from the floor. So the tops of your feet are rooted, the knees may have lifted. You're pressing down through the hip bones and you're curling yourself away from the floor. You can come up into cobra, high cobra with a straighter arm, or perhaps upward facing dog where the hips are lifted. Make sure the body feels ready for the back bend that you're choosing, and then we'll come in and out of it 3 times. It'll be an inhale to come up, and exhale to release. Lowering back down to the belly, you're going to tuck the toes, and you're either going to press to plank or plank on the knees. And back to down dog. Bring your feet a little bit closer together and lift your right leg high to the sky. 3-legged dog. With some momentum, step your right foot to the outside of the right hand, landing in our lizard lunge. The right foot can have a little bit of a turned out angle to it. Your back knee again can stay lifted, or you're welcome to lower it down. And then whichever version you're working with, can you take your right knee just a little bit farther away from you? So you're going to come onto that outside edge of your right foot. Drop your hips a little lower and let your knee move out and away from the body. Just go to where you can and then hold. If you've gone to the outside edge of your right foot, firmly plant your right foot back on your mat, draw your right knee closer to you. Left hand is your supporting hand, right hand comes to right knee or thigh. Roll the shoulders down and back and turn your body towards the bent knee side. Option to add on, lean back away from your knee and come back onto the outside edge. Come back, we'll release the right hand to the floor, and we're stepping back, three-legged dog. To down dog. We're going to go through our vinyasa. You'll roll your weight forward to plank. Lower to the belly. Untuck the toes, rise up into your back bend. Hold at the top, 3 breaths. Releasing down, we'll press up to plank or plank on the knees. And back to down dog. Feet just a little bit closer together, so it's left leg that lifts, three-legged dog. Stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand, lizard lunge, left side. Option always to lift or lower the back knee. Keeping your wrists underneath your shoulders, let your left knee move away from your shoulder. You're coming onto the outside edge of your left foot, or you'll hold. Bringing the left foot back onto your mat, all the weight to your right hand to left knee or thigh. Turn and rotate to the left, hold. Option again to let your left knee move away from you. You're coming onto the outside edge of your left foot and you're going to lean back. Come back so that your left hand is under the shoulder, and we're stepping back, three-legged dog. Back to down dog. Knees to the mat. Child's pose to contemplate Santosha. Rising back up into table, tucking the toes, down dog. Walk or step your way to the top of your mat, forward folds. Bend the knees, swoop the arms all the way up, full body stretch. Hands can come in front of the heart, pause. And releasing the arms back up, palms face each other, sit down, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up, extended lift. Bend the knees, plant the hands, stepping back, plank. Plank on the knees is an option. Use your exhale to push your weight forward, lower to the belly. Untuck the toes, roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale, back bend of choice, holding for 3 breaths. Exhale, release down. Tuck the toes, press up, plank or plank on the knees. Back to down dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Look forward, step forward to the outside of the right hand, lizard lunge again. All the way to your left hand, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Gaze can follow the right fingertips. Let the back knee come down, keep your twist. Pull your back heel towards you. See if you can get your right hand to reach for your left foot. Lean back. Release the back foot. Right hand comes back underneath the shoulder. Lift the back knee. And we're stepping to three-legged dog. Back to down dog. Moving through the vinyasa, we'll roll our weight forward to plank. Lower to the belly. Inhaling, back bend. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up, back bend. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale. Tuck the toes, press up. Back to down dog. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Step it forward, outside of the left wrist. Right hand stays down, left arm lifts. Back knee comes down. Lift the heel, lift the foot. Reach back for your back foot. Lean back. Release, bringing your left hand back under the shoulder. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Back to three-legged dog. To down dog. And you're either going to walk, step, or jump your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. You can pause in your forward fold, perhaps grabbing opposite elbows. You may want to have your hands underneath your feet. Or perhaps you'd like a chest or shoulder opener, interlacing the hands behind the back and letting the arms come up and over the head. We'll release our hands back down onto the floor. We'll rise up, extended lift. And then we'll exhale, fold. Swoop the arms all the way up, full body stretch. Hands in front of the heart. And we're going to release the hands. You're going to step your right foot back like a warrior one stance. Doesn't have to be super wide. A little bit of an angle on your back foot. Find a gaze point out in front. Reach your hands back, palms can face each other. Bend into the forward knee. Shift your weight, come up onto the toe of your back foot. And then launch yourself to balance on your left foot, warrior three, arms reaching back. Now with control, you're going to rise up, bring your right foot forward. Palms can turn up like you're going to receive something, and then straighten out the right leg. Release, back to Tadasana or mountain pose. Other side, we're going to step the left foot back, warrior one stance. Reach the arms back, palms can face each other, bending into the forward knee. Shift the weight forward, wait for your balance, and then launch yourself forward, warrior 3. We're going to start to swoop the arms forward, leg comes forward. You can start with the bent knee, find your balance, and then straightening the left leg. Release to Tadasana. Ooh, wobbly. And nice big inhale, swoop the arms out. Turn the palms out, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended lift. Bend your knees, bring your arms forward, chair pose. Arms this time can just be parallel to the floor rather than extended up overhead. And we'll exhale, forward fold. With your fingertips out in front of your toes, heel toe your feet wider and toes will turn out, heels will turn in preparation for malasana or squat pose. Options here are to bend your knees and rest the forearms on the thighs, or hands stay out in front, knees bend, coming all the way down. Perhaps you sit on blocks. You may need a blanket or blocks underneath your heels. Any version. You can also be all the way down, legs out in front, nice tall spine. And we're going to be feeling like we're opening out through the inner thighs, through the hips, and that we are able to stack shoulders over hips as best we can today. We'll hold our pose. So option number 1 is to hold where you are and just work on your spine, work on your balance, work on your comfort level in the shape. Or you can add your twist. I'm going to keep the right hand out in front for our balance. Left hand will go to left knee. Turn your body to the left. And then you have the option of opening up your left arm. We're going to release the left hand down. Right hand to right knee or thigh. Rotate, and then maybe the right arm extends or lifts. Gaze can follow. We're going to release the gaze, release the hand. Hands stay out in front so you can ease your way down onto your sit bones. However you can get there safely, removing props. We're going to meet with our knees bent out in front. And about the middle of the mat. Once you've arrived here, I'd like you to move again through cat and cow or your spinal flow. It's the rounding and scooping. And then the pulling up nice and straight, shoulders go back. Meet and hold at the top. I'd like you to let your knees open up. Come into your butterfly pose. Soles of the feet are together. Knees can open up a bit wider. You may have support under the knees if you prefer. Hands can be out in front. You could also have props out in front to rest on. Once the legs relax and open, you can start to ease your way farther forward, perhaps coming down onto forearms or onto a prop. Maybe you can rest or support the forehead in the hands. And we'll hold here for a few breaths. See if you can come back to the present. Where does Santosha or contentment live for you? Probably it's going to be right here in this moment, right now. In the past, where we spend too much time in the past, we're always evaluating, wanting changes or reminiscing, wanting things back that we can't necessarily have. And if we're looking forward, we'll always have this sensation of waiting. needing to wait for contentment or happiness or joy, whatever it is that we're grasping at. But we can train ourselves to just stay present in the moment, know that the moment has everything that we need to learn, to experience, and we can sustain Santosha. So try to capture that right here in your butterfly pose. Perhaps the eyes are downcast or closed, and you're focusing on that beautiful, soft, quiet, slow breath in and out through the nose. Wherever you're at, we're going to rise upright. We're going to extend the legs out in front. You can shake them out, move them around a little bit. And rock through the sit bones. You may want to add a little lift of some blankets or a prop. And we'll bring the right foot in towards the inner thigh. Let your knee be supported by the floor or by a prop. And we'll fold over the straight leg. Again, you could use a strap around your feet. You could use your hands out in front. You could use props. You're going to ease your way forward in whatever way you can. You want to have the primary sensation through the back of the leg. You want to try to keep maybe a little straighter, stronger back, and getting the forward motion to come from the hip crease. So rather than rounding your way forward, keep your back straight and try to ease your way forward and be a little bit kinder and more focused on the leg, just for today. A couple more breaths, folding over your left straight leg. And then you can rise on up, and we'll switch the legs. Really mindful that you adjust your props or your sit bones. Create a nice tall spine to start, long, strong, straight right leg, and then working your way forward. Again, we're going to try to keep the back a little straighter. Maybe you don't get to go as far forward, but that's okay. We want to focus the sensation through the back of the leg, minimize sensation through the spine, just for this one stretch today. And you can come to where you can hold. I'm trying to emphasize again the movement from the hip crease rather than from the back, rounding our way forward. Last couple breaths over your front leg. We'll rise up. And you can release your legs, shake them out, move them around. And then you're just going to make sure that you're in the middle of your mat. And if you'd like a little socks or an extra layer back on, we're going to come onto our backs and stay there. You can make yourself comfortable. Also gather any props around you that you may want for more support. And we'll meet on our backs with the knees at the chest again. Gonna rock the legs from side to side. And then we'll rock to center. Release your arms out like airplane wings. Palms can be down. And with control, release your knees to the right. And they're either going to come to the floor or to a prop. You'll let the legs relax and you'll turn your gaze to the left. Now your option to add on is to straighten your top leg and see if your right hand could find either the calf or maybe the foot. And you'll have your top leg now straight, it's being supported by your hand. And you're continuing to gaze to your left. You're going to bring your head back to center, bend your top knee, draw your legs back up to center. Make any adjustments to the hips or the shoulders, and we'll let the knees go to the left. They'll either again find the floor or your props. Settle for a few breaths, your gaze will be to the right. And then adding on, top leg will go straight. Your left hand will find your leg or your foot and you'll hold. Gaze returns to center, release your top leg, draw your knees back into chest, wrap your arms around the knees and the shins. Welcome to rock back and forth. Now then, from here, lift your feet towards the ceiling. Hands can either go behind the thighs, to your calves, or to your feet. We'll let the knees open up. We'll come into our happy baby pose. You're going to be using the strength of your arms to draw your knees and your elbows down towards the outside edges of your mat. And if you're comfortable, you're welcome to rock side to side. We're bringing our knees back into center, last hug and squeeze. And then we're going to release full body stretch. Let your legs go out long, arms up overhead. Wiggle around, move around, rock yourself side to side. And then maybe rotating wrists and ankles a few times before finally settling into your shavasana. I'd like to suggest a star shape shavasana. So take your legs a bit wider, maybe off your mat, arms open up wide overhead. Any support you need for your neck, you could bring it in, perhaps covering the eyes. And you're going to shift and wiggle and rock until you feel completely supported by the floor. And then we'll hold here. You're going to want your breath to be quiet, slow, and smooth. Give yourself permission to relax the body as deeply as possible. And see if you can settle or sink into contentment. present in the moment that's happening, easeful through the body, not looking into the past or into the future. If the mind wanders, just gently guide it back to the breath. Relax the body. Soft, slow breaths. If you have the time and space to stay a little longer in your Shavasana, I welcome you to do that. And just let my voice be the background to your own thoughts. If you need to get moving and come back to your daily routine, you can start to move the ankles and the wrists again, perhaps bringing their legs back together, releasing your arms down by your side. And then choosing if you would prefer to come to lie on your side for a few moments, fetal position, or if you prefer to draw the knees into the chest, rock and roll your way up to seated. Either way, we'll meet back up where we started, a nice comfortable seat with a tall spine. Legs and shoulders are relaxed. Gaze can be either down or eyes closed. Once you've settled into your comfortable seat, we'll bring our hands into our Lotus Mudra. The heels of the hands press together, the pinky fingers touch and the thumbs touch. The other three fingers are open up wide from each other, creating like a bowl shape or representing a lotus flower in front of your heart. Take a moment with your eyes closed or downcast and think about all the things you're grateful for. And let them fill up your bowl or your flower. And try to be really aware of being grateful for all your challenges. Anything that's disappointing or frustrating, know that it's an opportunity for growth and for change. And that we need to welcome those and be grateful for those teaching moments. Moving your hands into Anjali Mudra, palms pressing, prayer hands. Seal all of your gratitude between your palms, keep it close to your heart. And thank you so much for allowing me to guide your practice. I hope you have a very content day or evening, and I hope to guide your practice again soon. Namaste.